For a seventh time for the Patriots, he has never had a punt blocked. Remember, the Jets had one blocked at Lambeau against Green Bay earlier. Sauce Gardner down here watching Slater, bottom of your screen. And Polardi to boot it. And Berrios will watch a short punt that he muffed, and it went out of bounds about the 20. It was short, it was quick, there was very little hang time. It only went 39 yards.
You see what Slater did there, though? He saw that he was about to get. Now watch how Slater jumps up and puts his hand in front of. So it kind of messes with the vision of Berrios as he's trying up to get that ball.
So here come the New York Jets with their quarterback Zach Wilson, 80-19, 79 yards. It's been a defensive battle, as the score would indicate. We've had 10 combined sacks, 6 by the Jets. Patriot defense has been just impressive. Patriots have missed 2 field goals. 1st and 10. Jets have a couple timeouts. And to the side he goes, and he's looking for more. And out of bounds and incomplete. 2nd down and 10 with the coverage by Jonathan Jones. The wind has been a factor today with those 2 missed field goals and for the punts. It has been coming from the far side to the near. Patriots, though, have the wind in this 4th quarter. 2nd and 10. For New York.
Well, it's affected the kicking game. It's affected field position. The quarterbacks, not a lot of throws up the field. Been a defensive battle here, Kevin. 6 sacks for the Jets, 4 sacks for the Patriots.
2nd down and 10. Oh, it was almost picked off on the side and incomplete. Jonathan Jones just about had it on a ball intended for Denzel Mims. 3rd down coming up.
Well, Jonathan Jones nearly has his 3rd interception of the season. A little bit behind. Mims doesn't come back to it, and Jones nearly gives the Patriots the field position they needed as we're under 2 minutes here in the game.
3rd down and 10. Patriots, most know the story of beating the Jets 13 consecutive times. Here they come again, and down he goes, and this time the sack by Mack Wilson. And slow to get up with a flag thrown, the left tackle, Dwayne Brown.
Well, I think this penalty is going to be on the Patriots up the field in the secondary, whether it's a legal bump after 5 yards, illegal contact, but as you said, Kevin, Mack Wilson with the sack. That's 2 times now we've seen where he's mirroring the line of scrimmage. So if Zach Wilson wants to scramble and run out of the pocket, he's there to make the play. That time coming up with the sack.
Holding, number 31, defense. 5-yard penalty, automatic. 1st down.
I'm Jonathan Jones. Just about had that pick on the other side of the field. Well, coming into this week 11, 116 NFL games this season have been within 1 score. Let's watch the play again. The hold on Wilson by, well, they're going to say the hold on Mims by Jones. And they could have called a penalty with Wilson being held. And here is a run on 1st and 10 by the squirming Michael Carter. And Carter gets it up to the 33 on a good gain of 7 and a tackle made by Judon, who's got a couple sacks today. But we have had 116 NFL games this season within 1 score at some time in the 4th quarter, the most in the history through 10 weeks. And here we are tied at 3, 2nd down and 2. Carter again slowed up, and Phillips came shooting through and allows a gain of 1 yard, and he's out to the 34. Timeouts, Jets 2, Patriots 2.
Well, this is so close that Bill Belichick was thinking about it. He's like, well, do I call the timeout? If I call the timeout and they get the 1st down, then I'm giving them an advantage. And the Jets are like, we don't want to call a timeout because if we don't make it, then we give them too much time.
Carter remains 3rd and 1.
Now Saleh calls timeout.
Jets have 1 timeout remaining. Coming up next, 2 terrific teams so far lining up in the NFC. The Dallas Cowboys and the Minnesota Vikings. That showdown comes up next from Minneapolis. Others will see the Bengals and the Steelers. The NFL is on CBS. As game 2 of our doubleheader is next with a look at Greg Zuerlein, who kicked an earlier 45-yard field goal. But since that early game field goal that tied the game at 3, neither team has scored.
Well, I think
Third down and 1.
And I think if the Jets get the first down, you hurry up and get a play snapped and save that timeout. If you're the Patriots, you get the stop. Obviously, you want to call the timeout right away.
Wilson, outside Carter. Redwell brought down Tucker. They nail him at about the 32, and he loses a yard.
Second charge, timeout.
Wise was right there and read so well by Kyle Duggar, who has a sack in the game.
Well, Duggar and Jones are both there, Kevin. They were ready for that one. They didn't anticipate the Jets throwing the ball up the field, and that's exactly what happened. Now Mac Jones is going to have, give or take, 20 seconds and a timeout to try and get in position to attempt a game winner.
So Marcus Jones is back, the rookie out of Houston. It's a punt. Braden Mann, who has averaged 45 yards a punt. This will be his 10th of the day. From the 16-yard line, Marcus Jones. Got a block from Schooler. Here he goes. He's going to try to beat the punter. He does. He's gone. And that is a touchdown.
Are you kidding me, Kevin? The way this game has gone, and that's how this thing's going to finish.
It is the first punt return touchdown in the NFL this season. Jonathan Jones a block. Got by the punter, Mann, and he's in for 6. There had been over 1,000 kickoffs and punts returned across the NFL coming into today, with only one brought back for a touchdown. That was by the Ravens. Here's the extra point. They got a kickoff return against Miami early in the season, and then today, in a big divisional game in the East, it's rookie Marcus Jones returning at 84 yards and putting the Patriots on top by 7. Devin Duvernay had the kickoff return of 103 for Baltimore in week 2. And rookie Marcus Jones returns a punt, 84 for a touchdown. And Robert Saleh is in disbelief in a game in which his defense has played almost perfectly.
Well, and Kevin, unless the Jets had come up with some kind of miracle here in the last 5 seconds, I cannot think of it. This would be 14 consecutive wins for the Patriots, and I don't know if there's a more gut-wrenching way to lose if you're the Jets than to come down to the final few seconds and have that punt return be the deciding factor.
Remember, Belichick chose to take the win in the 4th quarter. And that was a punt that had very little hang and was clearly returnable with a couple big blocks, but basically Jones did it on his own, weaving his way and going 84.
Well, the way he did it was he set up the blocks. Did you see how he started off to his left, took a couple steps that direction, allowed his blockers to set up a wall down the sideline, and then he was able to work his way down the boundary and get the cutback against the punter. You know, it makes me reflect back on our conversations with Robert Saleh this week about he understood the magnitude of this game and how important this game was. But he said, you know what, guys, no matter if we win or lose this game, we've still got 7 games to go. And how we respond after this game, win or lose, is what's going to dictate how the season unfolds. Now, this is going to be as tough a loss as any to handle with the way this thing unfolded. But there's still a long way to go in this division and in this season.
Elijah Moore and Braxton Berrios are deep back inside the 5 for the Jets. The kickoff will come from Nick Folk. The normal kickoff man is Jake Bailey, the punter, but he's injured and inactive today. Thus, Pilardi's been punting, but Folk will kick off. Picked up on a bounce. Elijah Moore breaking one tackle of Mitchell. Out of bounds, shoved by Duggar. And that is all she wrote in Foxborough. The Jets were held to 2 yards of offense in the second half. An 84-yard punt return, the difference. Hard-fought game. 2 defensive-minded coaches